with you.
Hey, glad you came back. Look, so today we're doing rotisserie chicken, right? But in the oven, okay? I have a manual rotisserie device that allows you to have rotisserie chicken wherever you want to. It's portable. You can put it on the grill, put it in your oven, and we're gonna have some baby yellow Dutch potatoes to go with it. It's gonna be awesome because as the chicken is spinning on the rotisserie, the juices and flavors are gonna be falling down onto the potatoes. It's gonna be delicious. Hope you enjoy this. This is what we're doing. Look at this. I know it's a clear plate, but look at this. I know it's one color, don't come for me. It's delicious. Try it out yourself and you'll see. Hey, this is Shrashira. That's the best elevator music I ever heard. Alright, so we wash our chicken, right? Took the giblets out. You know, now that you're looking at it here, you're gonna give it a closer inspection. So if there's anything that you missed, you can go ahead and get that. Especially like these little feathers that try to hide in the back corners. Double check the armpits, wing pits, whatever you want to call them. Checking the neck. Check the cavity again. Pat this guy dry. Now I saved the neck because I'm going to be roasting the neck as well. Now I'm going to take our meat tenderizer and we want to just aerate the chicken a bit. Now let's get our seasonings ready. The seasonings I'm going to be using is just, Badia's rotisserie chicken seasoning. Now that Badia's chicken seasoning, or rotisserie chicken seasoning, it just has a combination of, garlic and onion, paprika, salt, different spices, and we want to season it generously. Alright, give it a generous seasoning. So you got the neck piece in here. Okay, just rub it in. We want to make sure we get the inside. Right, we're going to put this in the fridge. We're going to cover it up real quick. And it's going to go in the fridge. Take our heavy duty foil. Cover this bad boy up. And we're going to sit this in the fridge for a minimum of 2 hours, right? Best case, is anything between 8 and 24 hours. Okay, so me personally, I'm going to be shooting for between 8 and 12. So this is going to go in the fridge, and about the halfway point, I'm going to turn it. All right. So it's been over 5 hours. So I'm going to turn this bad boy over and put it back in the fridge until it's time to cook. Look at that, it's looking nice. Just look at that. Oh yeah. Let's get this bad boy flipped over. Flip the neck over. Now I'm going to wrap this bad boy back up, put it back in the fridge. And actually, you know what? Before I do that, I'm going to put some olive oil on here. Just a little bit. Okay, we're going to rub that on. Rub it on the neck piece. And this will also ensure that you don't just have any spices just clumped on. Everything's all even. All right. Let's get this covered back up and put it back in the fridge. Let's make our butter sauce. Now, the butter sauce, we're going to be putting just herb butter, if you will, inside the chicken, under the chicken skin, but we're also going to be putting some of this in the potatoes as well. Okay, so for that, I'm using a margarine, right? Instead of butter, I'm using margarine. I have roughly about a half a cup here. I have about a tablespoon of lemon juice, 3 minced garlic cloves, a teaspoon of salt. I have about a tablespoon of parsley, tablespoon of Italian seasonings, and then a tablespoon of lemon pepper. Okay? Now we're going to add all these together and mix it all up. So add our salt. Our parsley. Now I know I'm giving you measurements, but this is all to your taste, okay? Italian seasoning. Lemon pepper. A garlic clove. And lastly, our lemon juice. Now let's get these all combined. And this may take about a minute, but we have time. All right, now we're going to cover this with our foil sheet and put this in the fridge until we need it. So here are my baby yellow Dutch potatoes. I'm going to go rinse these real quick. Take my scrubber, I'm going to scrub them down, and I'm going to drain them, and I'll be right back. Now potatoes, they've been washed. Now you see there's a size difference, right? So what we want to do is just cut some of them in half, or maybe a third, if you have to. The point being, you want them to be about the same size, right? So they cook evenly. So what you could do is leave one potato down as a size reference and just cut out all the other ones up accordingly. Now you're going to go through and get the ones that you did not cut. The ones that you left whole. And what you want to do is just poke them a little. Be careful not to stab yourself. And then put them in the bowl. You know, and for safety, you could use a fork. Instead of a knife like I'm doing. You just want to give the potato a way to vent the steam that's going to be created while it's cooking. And now what we're going to do is we're going to fill this with water, cover it with water, and let it sit for about 20 minutes. And now since it's in the water, I don't want it to discolor, so I'm going to put about a tablespoon of lemon juice in it. Now stop it from turning brown as well. This does not have to go in the refrigerator. It can just sit and wait to be used. And the reason we're soaking this for the 15 to 20 minutes, what it's going to do is going to release some of that starch, or a lot of that starch, right? And it's also going to further clean it in case there were some things that were missed. Some pieces of dirt that may have been missed, you know, this is just like a double down on the cleaning, right? So it's a 2-for-1. You're getting rid of some of the starch, a lot of the starch, and you're doing some additional cleaning. So now we're going to parboil the potatoes. I have some boiling water here. It's not seasoned because we're going to season our potatoes after we parboil them. Take my hand strainer, take the potatoes out, add them in. There we go. And we want to parboil these for about 4 minutes. So after 4 minutes, we're going to take them out and dress them up. Now the potatoes have parboiled for 4 minutes. Turn the heat off. We're going to take them out. Put them in another bowl so we can dress them up with our herb butter. Go. Now we're going to take some of our herb butter. You can use as much or as little as you like. And just toss the potatoes in it. The heat from the potatoes is going to melt it. So you don't have to worry about that. Just make sure it's nicely tossed. Already smells good. Let's talk about what we're going to do with this chicken. We're going to turn her over. Now what I'm going to put in the inside, I have some green onions, some scallions. Going to stuff it in the cavity. And 1 lemon that I've quartered up. I'm going to put it in there. Okay, now we're going to truss it up. All right, so now I want to make a little pocket under the skin. You want to be careful not to pierce the skin. Just make a little pocket. Now we're going to take some of our herb butter and we're going to put it under the skin. The other side. You know, if you've ever done this to a turkey, you'll understand what I'm doing. to get those herbs under the skin up against the meat. Now you just want to spread it around under the skin, right? Now we also want to put some in the cavity as well. Just grab a hunk of it right in the cavity. Okay, now we're going to truss it up. Now I probably have about just over 3 feet of butcher's twine, which I don't need that much, but I'm just so used to having that much. So I'm going to wrap this around the breast. You're going to put a butcher's knot, which is a double wrapped knot. And see, when you do that, see how it plumps up the breast? That's what we want. You're going to bring it around. Back up. Turn it over. And it's going to now wrap around the wings. Again, double knot. Those wings together. Then you bring it back to get the legs. Actually, you bring it, we're going to grab these wings. We're going to trap the wings. Just hook it right on that little notch on the wing tip. Bring it back around, double knot it, get those wings tucked in, flip around to get the legs. You don't have to truss it the way I do. I mean, everybody trusts their own way. Now it's all ready to go. Now I'm going to tell you a little bit about how I'm going to rotisserie it. Okay, so now for the rotisserie portion, I'm going to be doing it in the oven with this. Okay, right? And at the bottom, see if I can get this. At the bottom, there's a little pan that I'm going to put some foil on, and we're going to put the potatoes on. Okay? It's a wind-up deal, so it's not electronic. You put your meat on it, you wind it up, put it in the oven, and you're good to go. So let's go ahead and get this chicken on the spit and get this knocked out. All right, so we're going to take our spit, we're going to put it inside of the chicken, push it through, have it come right out of the back. The pins are sharp enough. And then it has this little plate here that you put on the end, this little stabilizer plate. So let's get that on there. So you see, stabilizer plate there. Push it in. And now we're going to put this on the rotisserie. There we go. And we're going to take this whole rotisserie Put it in a foil-lined baking pan. Now for our little pan, this is where we're going to put our potatoes. So let's get our potatoes on there. Now this whole time, the oven has been preheating, 375. So we can get this nice and cooked up. Now, as the chicken is cooking, the flavors and the oils from the chicken is going to be dropping down on the veggies. And what I'm trying to do now is pretty much trying to get the cut sides down as best I can on the foil. It's not really a necessity, but I'm just in the habit of doing so. Some of the sauce, not a lot. Now we're going to put the pan back. Going to go right under the chicken. And now we just have to crank this bad boy up to get it ready. Now you have a crank here. You know, you can put it on the side and crank it. Yeah, I might have to address these chicken wings here. Right? But they also give you a hex key. You can just put it in. You can just crank to your heart's content. Okay, and then once it's ready to go in the oven, it has a little trigger here. Pull the trigger, you see it turn. And we're going to be cooking this about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. So let's get this in the oven. All right, 375 degree oven. Bad boy is going in. Go. Pull the trigger. And we're going to see you in about 50 minutes. Okay, so now this manual rotisserie, right? When you crank it up, it takes roughly about 40 rotations to get it fully wound up. Now when you do that, it's only going to rotate for about, they say an hour, but it's actually like 50 to 55 minutes. If you need more time, you're going to have to take it out and crank it back up to give you additional time. Okay, so keep that in mind. All right. So I've increased the temperature to 400 degrees. We'll do this for another 40 minutes. And let's see what we got. All right, this is ready. Take this guy out. All right, here we go. And we're going to let this rest for about 20 minutes. And then we're going to take it off the spit and carve it up. All right, let's take this off the spit here. Take the safety rod off. Okay, I got my gloves on. I got the inserts so I don't get burned. Just slide this off nice and easy. See that? Nice and easy. Okay. Cut the twine off the legs. Put the twines around the breast, the wings. Another one here, this guy. Take all the butcher's twine off. This will work. Now we let it rest so all the juices can redistribute. Okay? And we're going to carve this like we've carved every other bird on my channel. Just follow the natural rates. See, and this has been resting for 20 minutes. It's still smoking. You see that? You can smell all the aromatics. Pop the joint. Look at that. This comes right apart. Don't need that lemon. Now let's do the breast. Right, that keel bone. And you just want to follow it. Right? Right up against the ribs. We don't want rib, we don't want the bones. Okay, and cut right through. There we go. One breast. Now let's get the other one. And just pull away so you can see the rib bone. And you just follow it. This is still incredibly hot. You have no idea. Now you can get the wings. You can kind of pop the joint there. Follow it. Pop and cut. And the other one, look at that. That one just snapped off. See that? But I still want that drummy. So I'm going to go get it. There it is. Look at the breast meat, but I still want it. Alright? Baby yellow Dutch potatoes. A little chicken neck in there. Oh, this is going to be delicious. I can't wait. Let's see what the chicken's looking like. Delicious. So here we have rotisserie chicken, right, in the oven, right, with our baby yellow Dutch potatoes, right, with our herb butter, or lemon-based herb butter. Try this out. I know you're going to like it. If you're not already subscribed, hey, subscribe. Join the Peanut Gallery. You know we're going to have our arms open for you. If you can share me out, hey, spread the word around. Also, if we're not connected on Instagram, hey, put my name in there. Look for the gray cat, and let's connect. That being said, this Shrashira, I am out because I'm about to eat.